What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Deal Desk where I call your leads live. And you can go ahead and submit them on the raitoolbox.com. If you're in the community, your leads get called first. So the first one we have, let's see what we got here. This is in Oklahoma City. It is, so it's listed. It's been on only for a day. 4 saves, 211 views. All right. Let's see the condition of this. Looks okay. Yeah, I mean, looks good. Like somebody put this before, but okay. So this is in good shape. What's the story behind this? Let's see. 405. Unknown. Oh, looks like we haven't got a hold of them. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and call. Let's go ahead over here. We're gonna go ahead and call this person. And I got a call from the Oklahoma number. All right. Let's see what they say. Oh, hold on a second. I have to use the other microphone. All right. $309. Let me just make sure this is the right number. That's a different one. 365. There we go. Hello. Hey, is this I was looking for Mr. and Mrs. Bell. Oh, let me see. You don't own the property on Land Avenue? Oh, okay. Is this Mr. Burns? Oh, oh yeah. Okay. That's weird. I thought I called that number. Okay. No problem. I'll go ahead and call them. Thank you. I think this was listed. Let me see something because you put this number. So this was either listed for sale by owner. Oh, let me make sure I hung up on this guy. Oh, hold on a second. Let me make sure you can hear the phone here. Anyways, you didn't hear that, but he was it was not the agent, it was the homeowner. They want me to call the agent, but the lead was submitted with this number. So what I'm going to do is look at the listing history because let me see, listed for sale 179. Price change. Okay, so you had this listed since October. 192. He had listed for 192. Then it went to 185, then went to 179, then went to 179, then it went to 170. And actually, it got taken off. Okay, well, that's always something I look at because if they're asking too close to what the price was, you definitely want to use it to negotiate. You got to look at everything when you're negotiating with people on why didn't it sell at this price, right? So look at this. So for example, this he listed it last year for 192. Then it went to 185, then 180. Then he took the listing off. Okay, then he listed it again for 180. Then he changed the price. Okay, but this time, looks like it got listed. Yeah, it's listed. So what do we do in that scenario? Well, we're going to call the agent. It's probably priced high. We're going to have to see. It's getting a little bit of interest, but I don't think it's discounted enough. What kind of properties? This is a red brick home. Okay. Stuff all over the yard was gardening. Okay. All right, so we're going to call the agent. Let's call the agent and see if they pick up. Mrs. Bell. There we go. I'll call from the Oklahoma number. I'm going to start running some comps here.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Bell.
Yes.
My name's Steven. I saw your listing on Southland Avenue. Are you still accepting offers for it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Just a couple quick questions. I was looking at the description of the roof, 8 years old, HVAC, okay, replace, electric pan, okay. The how's the plumbing on the property?
As far as I know, the plumbing is fine.
Okay. Is the seller motivated to sell?
Very.
Very.
He is. Yes, he is. His wife passed away, and he is looking to move to their land. So he's very motivated to sell.
Is what's more important to him, the speed or price?
Honestly, probably speed, but the number has to be right because he's buying the land for selling the house. So.
Oh, okay. So he's going to use the funds of the sale to purchase the land.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. And I saw he tried selling this before, but he couldn't sell it.
He had another agent, and he had a lot of issues with them. They ended up in a lawsuit, so he took it off the market with that agent, put it back on the market for a couple days, and then I actually went there with another client to look at it, talk to him, and we put it back on the market.
Gotcha. Okay. And then the heated square footage livable is 1675. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we're an investment company. Sometimes it's, depending on the homeowner's needs or wants, we're a good fit or we're not. I was looking at this. This could be a decent rental property, but I didn't know how flexible he was on the price because I think.
Well, I will say he hasn't had very many offers, and I don't think with his. I just put it on the market with him this week, but I don't think the other agent that he worked with had any offers on it.
Wow.
So I would make the offer if you're interested. In worst case, he denies it. It's undeveloped land, so it's not like he's got to have a giant chunk of money, but
right,
he's got to have a little bit of money.
Right. Yeah, I was just looking at the comps. I know for us, we would if it was a cash offer, we'd probably be floating around 1 to 110, and we can close in a few weeks.
Let me see what his thoughts are on that. And is this a good number to call you back?
Yeah. And then
okay.
are we able to take a look at the property if needed? Is that possible?
Oh yeah. There's a lockbox on the door. You can look at it. He's very flexible, and I could also meet you over there if you needed me to. But yeah, that could totally be a thing.
I just didn't want to waste your time or our time if he's not open to that range. If he is,
yeah,
I'd be happy to to do something.
Let me float it by him. I'll give him a call real quick and see what he thinks. And if I think there's any potential to it and it's not a waste of your time, I'll let you know either way, but I will definitely let you know if I think it's something worth pursuing.
Okay. Really appreciate it. I'll be on the lookout for your call then.
Awesome. Thank you.
My name is Steven, by the way.
Oh, yes. Will you text me your name? I am literally driving from the sign store right now. Will you just text me your name? That way I know exactly who to call back.
Yep. I'll text you right now.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So that went really well. That went really well. Darla, I think you submitted this one. So let me just make sure. You just never know. You never know what they're going to say. This is why it's so important to always ask what's more important, the time or like the speed or the price, right? She said speed. He doesn't need a large chunk of money. So what I was doing, I was running the comps and I was going to see, I think it's in decent shape. Let me just make sure. What in the world happened here? Hold on a second. Let me make sure I have the right number here. I mean, they just listed this yesterday, but I was looking at the comps. There is a really good comp sold for $127 as a landlord. Let's see what else we got. Some of these are a lot smaller. You don't want to look at those because his is, almost 1,700 square feet. So I'm going to filter these by the square footage. Square feet. Yeah, 135, 180. There's not that many. Oh, here we go, 1,000. Yeah, that's way smaller. I think 1 to 110 is actually solid. I think that is solid. If we can acquire it at 1 to 110, I think it'll work. Because there's one that's a 3-1. His is a 3-2. There's one that's a 3-1 that an investor bought. They paid $135 for it. Someone paid $180 for this one. Did they flip this? Yeah, they did. They updated the inside. They paid $110 for this. Or not $110. Where'd it go? Says $180 here. So what you want to do, we want to text her just to let her know, and then she's going to run it by him. And I think since this is so early, I think it's a great opportunity to for her to let us know quick on what the offer is. Let me just make sure because there's two numbers, 365. Okay. All right. Oh, you gotta add the contact. And then you want to take her name, Michaela Bell. So, Darla, I don't know if you're watching, but this is a solid one here. This is the seller, property address. I'm just filling out the information on her contact card so the system knows when she calls back, I know who it is, because if you don't have her saved, it's just going to call back with a caller ID, and you're not going to know where it came from. Okay. And that's it, Mrs. Bell. So now I want to just make sure she gets my oh, she did get a text. Okay. Perfect. Good. No, this is a good one. This is a really good one. And let's set a task for her to check back in tomorrow just in case. we still follow up with them, whether they, you know, whether they say we'll call you back or whatever. You always follow up with people. A lot of people might forget. You know, they may forget to call you back, so you always want to make sure you have tasks. And that's, you know, as you get a lot of leads and a lot of deals, the only way you're going to remember to do things at a high level is tasks. That's the way you're going to do it. This one does not. Let me see. Oh, I got to put this in the campaign number. I have to attach a number to it. Okay. Awesome. I was looking at the comps. Let me look at these comps real quick one more time. On PropStream, I'm going to look at the other comps. If I heard correctly, they're in a legal battle with a previous agent. I don't really hear that too often. I mean, the house is livable. It's just really messy. Okay. Let me see. Somebody paid. I want to look at the square footage. This square footage in this area is all over the place. It is all over the place. But you still want to be conservative when it comes to this stuff. This is I think this is a great lead. And I noticed that he bought it for $70,000. He's just trying to close quick. She said that he's not trying to make a lot, just enough for the undeveloped land. So that's great. It needs some cleaning up, but I was trying to see the best comp. There's just stuff all over the place. This one they paid $127 for. Okay. This actually doesn't look too. So here's a comp. This isn't even brick. Yeah, I mean, I think ours has more potential. But this property sold for $127 cash. Let me see. It says sold for $95. But let me see, 95. Oh, not that one. Hold on a second. Where's the other one? That's the flip. 101, 110. Okay, that's good. And I gave her a range. Notice I didn't tell her a price. I gave her a range. You know, between 1 and 110. I think we could make it work. You never want to give an exact number, because then they're going to hold you. Well, this is a correct address, actually. They actually paid 110 for this. I don't know what shows 95. And 1859. 127. It is a little bit more square feet. I still think at 100,000 this would work. It's like they added. So that went really well. Awesome. What's up, Mike? Happy Friday. So let's go to the next one here. This one, there was a lady that had her property listed. And I mean, it's listed for $135. We followed up with her yesterday. And she's accepting $27,000 for it. I mean, that is a huge price drop, and that's why I always say the price on Zillow doesn't really, like, it's not really going to matter as much as their motivation. The reason this person wanted to sell it at such a deep discount is because the tenants, I guess, since it was listed, they destroyed the property. So I first have to reach out to the agent. I'm going to actually talk to the seller and say, hey, this is listed. Like, what's going on with this? Because they have to honor whatever agreement it is with the real estate agent. Don't want to go through, behind the agent's back. We have to go through the agent. But just by first looking at this, I mean, this property, look, it's listed for $135. They want $27,000 now. They said that the tenant took a hammer and started destroying everything. So let's find out a little bit more about what's going on with this. So let's call this seller Deborah. There's a hole in the ceiling.
Please leave your message for.
I'm going to call her again. If she doesn't answer, I'm going to call the agent that listed the property. See if she'll tell me anything that I don't know. So let's redial the homeowner.
Please leave your message for.
So they didn't answer. So I'm going to go ahead and call the, let me activate this drip actually, because she was messaging me. I called her back. She didn't answer. So I'm going to reactivate this strip because this was an inbound lead. I'm going to mark it as hot. And favorite. This is an easy one. All right, so let's call the agent then because she didn't pick up the phone. Let me just go back to the Zillow description here. It's been on here for a while, but it's priced much higher than what they agreed to. All right, the Still Group. Man, they don't want to pick up.
Hey friends, you've reached Tara Still with Olive and Oak Realty.
Let's try again. This property's been sitting for a while. All right, let's call it again. Is 27 even good? Might be. Price drop. Just gotta check. Ooh.
Hey friends, you've reached Tara Still.
There is. This is what we call a one-horse town. There's nothing going on here. I mean, there's three comps, and two of them were bought by the same person. One of the buyers owned 41 properties. This is actually a really good tool. Yeah, but that's like way over here. Oh, dang, this guy owns a lot. This is the buyer for this. This is the buyer. So investor base, remember, it offers this this tool. So if I'm looking at the comps, it'll show me the buyer, what they bought, what they paid, the property type, and where they're at. You should probably check this out. There's a free trial and the link in the description. Investor base, but this guy would probably buy this subject property. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can. Let me see something. Purchase price. Oh yeah. Let me see. Well, he paid 18 for this one. But single family house, that's what I want to see. 15. Okay, so he's paid up to 2.5. Okay, 10,000 residential general single family residence. He's paid $65,000. Dutch Girl Lane. Let me take a look at this real quick. This thing? Oh man. Well, he renovated this, but he paid 65. He flipped it for 225. And I think ours is better looking, better construction frame. It's brick, it's 2-story. So I think he'll pay more than 65 for ours. It's just overpriced right now, but they want 27,000. So this is good. And how did this lead come about? This is an old, I think this is an old inbound. Yeah, this came in February 23rd. Wow. From bad shape. Could you want to schedule a call? I'm going to have to make sure. I got to admit, I have to cross-reference this because she said the same thing back in February 23rd. So I just need to verify that this is the same property. And I can just do that by going on PropStream and looking at the owner's name. Because this listing, when did this listing go up? She contacted us February 23rd. So I'm going to go to the listing history. Okay, price change. Yeah, I mean, she listed this last May. Wow. It's been 10 months, almost a year. And she had this listed for 160. Then she removed it in June. She relisted it at the same price. Then she took off the listing in October. Then she put it back up in mid-October. Then she dropped the price to 149. Then she dropped the price last month for 135. I don't see any damage on this house. I mean, everything looks fine. So we'll have to verify this with the we'll have to verify this with the owner, because this is just different than what she said. So you always verify that stuff. And I already called the agent twice. Okay. I don't know what's up with this, the hole in the ceiling. Let me go over here. Let's go to the next one. Awesome. You never know what you're going to get. I mean, there's deals that are even listed on Zillow, and you just never know how motivated somebody is until you really speak with them. So that's a great sign. Always follow up with those leads. Don't get scared about the price on Zillow. Focus on the speed they want to close, right? How quickly do they want to close? And also pay attention to the reason they want to close. You'd be surprised. Just like that one I called in Oklahoma. I mean, it's listed for what, 159 or 160? And they're considering 100 to 110. I mean, that's a huge price drop too. So you never know what you're going to get. Okay, so let's go to, I called that lady. Oh, this lady. Let me see if she picks up. So these people, we set an appointment. They then wanted to reschedule because they got busy. We rescheduled. And then they want to reschedule again because they got sick. We rescheduled. And then they just didn't, they canceled it because they weren't feeling good. So hopefully they're okay. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but we follow up with people regardless until they tell us to stop calling, especially when they initially show interest on the property. And this is also a good deal. So I'm gonna call her and check and see how she's doing. Hopefully she's doing better, and then we're gonna have to push to reschedule. On a drip campaign too.
Cindy Deaver.
All right, we're gonna call her back one more time, and she's already in a drip campaign. So the AI, the drip campaign, is following up with her in the background. I want to manually follow up with people as well. Hit them from all. The AI actually helped us get a contract up with a lead, and then it set up a. And then I called her and I closed her. And it was fully renovated property.
Cindy Deaver.
It's a sub 2 fully renovated property. But this thing is amazing. I got to do a video and showcase how powerful it is because it's helped us out a lot. Okay. Let me see. This lady. Oh, this lady. Okay. So these people just came in right before the deal desk, and they want to sell this property. It's more in a rural area. The AI was talking to her as well. They want to relocate for health reasons. And then the AI is set up. Could you provide a time and date that works best for you to discuss deals over the phone? But this thing, it's 2 properties. It's 2 properties. And you don't really come across these too often. So they're selling 2 properties on 5 acres for $145. I think the estimated value is north of $250. But the numbers could work. But when you are in a rural area, you have to be prepared to have a longer time frame because there's not much going on. So it's somewhere here. All right. And then I had to manually find it on PropStream, which was very difficult as well. So let me see if I could pull this back up. I think 145 works, but I wanted to locate the property. Let me see if I could find it again. It's in Arkansas, west of White Rock. I've never been to Arkansas, but let me see. This is Piney Road. Here it is. Sometimes you have to manually find these properties on PropStream. Yeah, this is 5 acres. Wow. Estimated value is $250, and the value is actually going up in this area. That's another thing I look at in regards to the comps. Let's take off the square footage, and then let's extend this mileage. Wow. There's a comp that sold for $517. A rural residence agriculture. This lot's like 3 times the size of ours, so we can't compare that. Yeah, it's gonna be. You see, for these, I try to explain to people. I try to switch to the Novation. So maybe I'll call her back and pitch the Novation. I'm not gonna force this to work if I don't see. If you have a hard time finding comps, it's not a clear deal. That's the thing. So I'm gonna look at these comps real quick. I'm just evaluating the area. And then there was a Deal Desk episode where I pitched Novation to somebody, and they agreed, and they were all for it. But it's good so you guys can see how I pitched that. Let me go back to this one here. Miss Jones. And I'm going to see if I see any other comps, because sometimes these rural areas, I mean, there's like nothing going on. But if it's a rural area that has a lot of land, you can actually extend the radius a little bit, but not too much. There's nothing. Let me go out 5 miles, see if there's anything. One. Okay. But this isn't even a comparable. So there's just not much going on. And, you know, when I don't see much going on, I want to take a look at the population. Right? So let's look at Mulberry, Arkansas. Population. What's going on here? Just over 1,500 people. Jeez. Okay. I think somebody will pay more than 145. I think it'd be a good innovation, but it's going to sit there a little bit. It's going to sit there a little bit. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Mulberry, Arkansas. And you could actually do this on Zillow. Let's go to Zillow, actually. Let's go to Zillow. Zillow. And let's put in Mulberry, Arkansas. Okay. So this is good. So let's zoom in a little bit. Let's make sure that we are looking at just houses. Apply. Let's go to 12 months. Apply. Okay, we have this log cabin here for 95. This is stuff for sale. What about sold? Oh, this is new construction. It looks like it, yeah. It's newer. 517. Okay, so they want 145. Okay, so one of the things I like to look at is for sale. Let me make sure I have no filters on besides 12 months. Okay, and then houses. Yeah, you see, these don't have as much land as ours. Our property is over here. It's like, let me remove this boundary actually. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me put on the satellite view. Because I know exactly where this is at. The street view is actually a little bit easier to see. There's a road over here. Ford Ridge. Okay. Okay. So I know where I'm looking at. All right. Man, all this stuff is far. Here's 145 right here. So this is for sale. This is fully renovated. 940 square feet. It's not even on an acre. Ours comes with 2 houses. One's being rented. So this one, I'm a caller, and I'm going to ask her, you know, because I got plenty of information from her. I'm going to ask her why she wouldn't consider, like, why won't just list with a realtor? Because she wants to sell at the end of April. The thing is, there's no flips out here. I mean, this is technically a flip. But this is a little bit farther than what I wanted, like where I want to go. I think, yeah, that's like the only flip I saw. So let me see who bought this. Let me see. I'm going to look at the transaction history on PropStream here. And I want to see. Oh, this is Mountainburg, Arkansas. Just a different area. See, this is not even coming up. So then I got to do the whole thing of like, whoops. I got to do the whole thing of finding it. So it's not even the same area. Yeah. So I think as an innovation, it would work. I just don't want to promise somebody, yeah, we're going to close in 30 days. You're going to get your price. So let's give her a call and let's dig in a little bit more. But if you feel like it's going to be tough to move, you never want to promise somebody, yeah, we're going to close on her before 30 days. Because I want to be very conservative when it comes to this stuff. All right, so let's give her a call. And she may or may not agree with it, but it's better get nothing a deal.
Hello?
Hey, Miss Jones, it's Steven. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. So I took a look at this. I was trying to look at some comparable properties. It is tough to find some properties similar to yours out there.
It is.
Yeah. Have you ever, why not just list like with a real estate agent?
We were going to do that, but that takes some time.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured that's it.
And most of the time, they want you to have everything already done to sell, and they've got a bunch of people coming in and out of your door.
Right.
And
He's still trying to pack.
I'm still, I just started packing this last week. My house is a disaster because I'm packing, and trying to get, because we've got the other place rented out, trying to get them at home and on the same page to where we can show that one is a difficult situation. So I just figured I'd look into this. I was told that, most of the time this is a reasonable, quick process.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And so that's why.
So what number did you come up with?
I think that when I took a look at the area, because the way we come up with our offers is we collect information, bedroom, bathroom, square footage, year built condition. And then what we do is we just take a look and see what sold similar to yours in the area. But it was really hard to find something. Your property is very unique considering it has 2 houses, the size of the lot. Some of the comparable ones were just a little bit far away because when we evaluate it, it tells us what we think we can resell it at. And it's tough to come up with a number. I think 145 may be a little tough. Let me ask you, if we can cover like the closing costs and fees, what do you think would be the best price you could do?
Just bite the bullet.
I think the lowest I'd go is 120.
Okay.
The lowest I'd go. Otherwise, there's no sense talking about it.
Yeah. No, I understand. Okay. Well, that might make it a little easier. Let me ask you, sometimes these properties, if we're not a good fit, we have other, we have a network of investors in the area that we reach out to. Now, I know you want to sell by the end of April, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, because, if you were to list it, you have to be married to the realtor for a while. And
and that's why that's the only reason. Otherwise, I would go ahead. I'd list it. I already have a friend that is a realtor.
Right.
And I would list it with her in a heartbeat. But she already said some of the times you have to go ahead and list it with her for 3 months. Then you're talking about having people go in and out of your home all the time. And because I'm packing and I'm planning on taking my husband north in a very short while. And so I'll be gone for a week. It just, this to me was the best way of doing this.
Yep. No, it's always the best way. I'll tell you what, this may be an option because I think I would have to confirm we could do that 120, but something I wanted to run by you is if you could give us 10 business days, we can run it by our partners and see if they can pay that price. If they can, great. We can close on her before 30 days or whenever you wanted. And if we can't, the contract just cancels out, but that way you're not committed to anybody long term. And I think if we can get you that 120 you're looking for, we could probably collect offers for you within the first 10 days. Is that something you might be open to get it done faster?
We could. But like I said, if can't get, because that's what's going to take for the full price of the place I'm looking for up there, which is just a 2-bedroom,
Right.
you know, and 1-bathroom place. I mean, I'm looking for a lot of land. It comes in a small little lot right there in town where my daughter lives. If I can't get that, then I might as well sit on this, do whatever little thing, have my husband up there and me sit on this and go through a realtor and get the full price.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to play devil's advocate here and realize you have to have skin in the game. Otherwise, it's not profitable for you. I realize that.
Yeah.
You know, but
I agree with
it's
you.
going to cost me all of that, and I've got to still come up with money for the move in a U-Haul. So,
I get it. Yeah. So let me do this. Let me see if we can do that. I'm pretty confident. You know, like I said, that option is a great way for you to test the waters. Best case scenario, we're able to get you the 120. Worst case scenario, we let you know what the highest offer we received, and then we cancel the contract, and then you can do whatever you'd like. But it's a great way to test the waters without having to get a long-term commitment from anybody. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you'll know within 10 days?
Well, I'll know sooner, more than likely. I just say typically within the first 10 days, what we do is we aim to collect offers from the investors. And, you know, it doesn't cost you a penny. They pay us a fee to do it. But if they can get you the 120, we accept an offer, and then we let you know, and then we can close on or before 30 days. And if they can't, we just cancel the contract. That way you're not married to us for, 3 months.
Okay. Because I know for a fact, should go, there's little piddly things that need to be done out here. And I can't do, I'm a woman and I'm near 60 years old, with 2 knees that don't work right, with a husband that's sick that needs my attention all the time. So I'm not able to do all the things that I'd like to do out here to make it, as stunning as it should be. But we live right within 1/8 of a mile national forest.
Yeah, well, that's great. You mentioned the log cabin was rented?
No, the other house is rented. We live in the cabin, which is a 4-bedroom cabin with an extra room that off the porch area that I use for, you could make that into another bedroom if you chose. There's an office out, right, there where my bedroom is, that looks over the living room because it's open above there. You have wood heat with a rocked area for it. All wood, exposed beams. It's got a nice, large kitchen. You have, does it need an update on the refrigerator and stuff? Oh, you betcha it does.
Okay.
Does it need a few touch-ups? Like I started on, it was a wraparound porch. We went ahead and decided we wanted a large dining with a table that would fit 12. So we enclosed part of that, and there's still the little walkway to the side. I have not finished ceiling on it. The insulation is up. I have not finished the ceiling. The garage off the side of it, would I redo it if I had the money? You betcha I would, because it's just pretty much just something that covers our 4-wheeler and our mule.
Yeah.
With a little work area. Would I update that? You betcha I would. But it's little things these are little minute things that a woman my age cannot do.
I understand. What is the house? What is it currently being rented for?
850. And the only reason it's that cheap on the rent is because you have to go down a dirt road.
Yeah.
And most people don't like dirt roads unless they're country people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what was I gonna say? So 850. Are they in a month-to-month or annual lease?
Just a month to month.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
I knew that I had to give them at least 1 month telling them, hey, we're selling, this is the date. You need to be out by then.
Okay. And is it possible for us to take a look at the property sometime this weekend or next week?
I will not be here this next week. I'm taking my husband up north because, like I said, his health is bad. And I need someone. Trying to go upstairs and keep up with trying to pack is wearing on me because his health is really bad and he falls now. And I need to get him where someone's going to watch him. So
no worries. Okay, I'm gonna crunch numbers here, and I
can call you when I get back into town, but that's the best I could do because I think we're leaving out on Sunday.
You're leaving Sunday?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's Saturday or Sunday. We're leaving out. So
okay, no problem. I'm sure I'll have an answer today for you to see, but it's looking like yeah, I think that 10-day option will be the best option. That way you'll get a quick offer. We'll try to sell it for you at the price you need, and then that's kind of a win-win. But would you happen to have any photos of the property you could send me?
like I do.
Great. Yeah, if you can text this number with the photos, that helps us out a lot. Really.
In fact, if you look, I'll give you my Facebook, and if you look under my Facebook, you'll see pictures I've posted of things in this house.
Oh, okay.
And I don't care if you look them up.
Yeah, whatever would make the most sense for you. That's fine.
To you, or I can just have you look them up. But
if you could send it to me, I'll look it up as well. I'll take as much as I can.
All righty.
All right. I'll be on the lookout for that, and then I'll crunch the numbers and get back to you as soon as I get those photos.
All righty.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jones. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
I'm not gonna. So that went really well, but I'm not gonna push for an ovation. She said she has a best friend that could post it in a heartbeat. So I don't want to throw her under the bus, and I can't really say anything in a way where it makes us better than her, and I don't want to come across that way either, because she could list it. She is motivated. The first conversation, extremely motivated. So this is also another option that I tell people that I think everybody listening here should try out. I test this out on your next lead. If you feel like it's not a clear deal, right? If you feel, man, if I took this property down, could I resell it and make a profit? Right? This one, maybe not. I do want to see photos of it. I'll tell you that I'm not looking to do a flip in Arkansas anytime soon because I live here in Florida, and anything we take on, typically want to make sure it's as close as possible. What I will say is there's two properties. There's two houses on one lot, which is a big selling factor. I mean, this one sold for $221 here, and this is 836 square feet. But also, what's the lot size on this? It's 1 acre. She has 5 acres with two houses. So I think if we can market this for 10 days, we'll know very quickly. So backtrack, if you guys want to replay, if you're just tuning in, replay the call, because you should definitely try this pitch out next time you're talking to a homeowner. Hey, I don't know if this is a good fit for us. However, if you give us 10 days, we can market it to our network of investors in the area. Best case scenario, we're able to get your price. Worst case scenario, within 10 days, the contract's canceled. It doesn't cost you anything because the investors pay us a fee. Because people are always going to be like, you're not doing this for free. How are you making your money? I had a guy tell me that yesterday. And that was a clear, a crystal clear novation. But, you know, you want to tell people, well, they pay us a fee. Obviously, we're not going to do this for free, but it's more convenient. Also, another thing you can add, this is typically the best way to test the waters without having to commit to somebody long term, because people don't want to be locked in for 3 months to test the water. So when I tell them 10 days, business days, that is technically 2 weeks. When I tell them 10 business days, they're like, oh, okay. Like the guy yesterday really liked that option. So make sure you add that to your toolbox, right? Cash offer, creative financing, the retail buyer program, aka Novation. And then if all of them just may not make sense, right? Like the cash offer for this, I could give a cash offer for this, but I'm not confident it'll close in less than 30 days because there's only 1,500 people in the area according to the Google, right? The creative financing, they need the funds, and the Novation, they have a best friend that's a realtor, but they don't want to list it and, you know, be committed long term. So I pivot to 10 business days, test the waters, and it works great. We've done that before. We've had success with it, and you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And if it doesn't work, you dodged a bullet, because imagine if you just got it under contract and these people were expecting you to close and you didn't get the offers you wanted. Okay. So when you do the 10 days, you let them know, hey, I'm on your team. I personally wouldn't buy the property. Okay. But if you give me 10 days, I can push it out to my network. And then you call the cash buyers in the area. And that's basically it. But it's an excellent way to, you know, test the market in that area, especially in the areas that you're not really familiar with. I've never done a deal in Mulberry, Arkansas, so we'll see. But guys, that's it for today. Make sure that if you want to tune into the daily deal desk in the school community, we have them throughout the week. Tune into that. I do the same thing I'm doing here, but it's more personable. I give you advice on comps. I call your leads. There's a course in there. All that fun stuff. The link will be in the description. Other than that, guys, have a blessed weekend. I will see